Okay, so this is a quick example showing off TileMap's creations. So I'll just start this whole thing over again, right? So we have our regular character body who can fall, right? This character just falls through space. It's not very helpful. So we're going to create a level, right? A tile map. So I'm going to use a new layer, a new thing called TileMap layer. So this one. This also, just like the animated sprites, right, just like collision shapes, it needs a resource. So I'm going to go create a new tile set. And now I have this tile. So it's kind of confusing. There's tile set and tile map. Tile set is like all of the tiles that you could use. Tile map is the specific drawing on this layer, right? So I'm going to go to tile set and just click the plus and click Atlas. Then you just pick the image that you want, and you want like a tile set image. You can either get them online, or you can make them just like characters. As long as they're the same size, it should be okay. This PNG has tiles that are all 16 by 16 pixels. So I'm going to hit OK, and it's going to say yes, I'm going to create it. And so now we have this tile set, which is pretty good. And you can go to the tile map now and use the tile set to draw and create things. You need to have your arrow selected, and you can draw and create whatever you want. Right? And you can do the line. You can do like a square. You can do freehand. Anything you want. The problem with this, though, is that there's no collisions, right? These are just sprites again. And so when I run it like this, I fall right through it. I'm not going to hit anything. So you also need to give it collision shapes, just like we did with our static bodies. So you could technically probably just do this. You could do like a... you could do it the long way by saying like static body, and then give that a collision shape, and then give this collision shape, a thing. I don't recommend doing this because this isn't going to match up. You would have to make them all match up by hand, and that would be a lot of work. But it would sort of work, right? You could kind of... Oh, wait. Let's just scoot over. Right, you would like hit this, and it kind of works, but once you get to here, you sort of fall off. So that's not the best way to do it. It's not a great way to do collisions. Instead, what you can do is click on the node, click on the tile set, and go to physics layers and add a new physics layer. So this is going to add physics data to these images. It's going to associate different collision shapes with the images themselves. So then inside the tile set, you want to go to select, paint. Oh no! Oh no! Brutal. So tragic, so tragic. I don't even know what we were working. I don't know which one we were doing. Let's see, let's go back to here. We'll see how much it saved. That's not too bad. Okay, great. So we'll delete this, save our progress, go to here. I'll go to tile set, physics layers, create a new physics layer. I'll save it again. Then I'm going to go to tile set and paint, and I'm picking like a property to paint on. I'm picking like a property to adjust for each of these individual squares. And what I want to do is I want to give each of these squares a collision shape. So I can click that. This here is the shape that is going to get painted on to each of the squares. So now when I go over to here and drag around, I'm painting on that shape, right? I could always change the shape by changing this point, and now when I paints on this other weird shape, but we really just want a square for this because it's a square, right? So now I'm going to paint it on. So now when I save it, right, because I picked this image and I already drew this image, this will have collision shapes attached to it already. Now, I did not, so you're all good.
So, if I want like walking around here, so how can I do that?
If you want to walk around or like.
No, just like working on the map.
Well, so if you want to create a bigger map, right? You can can draw more areas. You know, you could sort of say tile map. Get the pencil, pick the image that you want, and then just start painting it out. You can also have multiple of these in a row, right? So you could have like a background layer, right? Maybe this one is like things that you don't actually want to collide with, but you want people to be like, you want it to be like the buildings in the background or something, right? So by having these different layers, right, it's kind of like this is in the background, yeah, right? Because this one doesn't have any collision data with it, we're just drawing it, right? And these shapes also, oh, they do. What? I guess we painted all that stuff.
Oh, so you cannot like work around like you only
Well,
have
so
one way.
Well, do you want to? Is your game from the side with jumping, or is it from the top, like above?
No, it's not like one way. It's like a lot of map, and we can like work around wherever you want.
So it's like an above ground thing. Okay, so then in that case, you might these tiles are for the side, but you might want to use something like this, right? These are kind of more from the above. And then you just need to change your code, right? So instead of having code that makes you fall, let's see, let's turn this one on. And let's turn on the character, and let's change this code, right? Instead of falling with gravity, we probably just want a simpler character controller that just goes up, down, left, and right, right? So like, maybe, what was this one? That one's walking and falling too. So like maybe just like, right, we don't need all this gravity stuff. We kind of just want to see if, yeah, so I'll delete all this and I'll say, you know, if input is action just pressed, right, I'll say UI right, then I'm say velocity dot x equals speed. I'm not going to do all of them, I'll just do left and right for right now. Right, and then I'll say equals negative speed, and then I'll say I'll just get rid of this line for now. So this is all you really need, right? If you're pressing right, we're going to move to the right. If we're pressing left, we're going to move to the left. I guess I will do the other ones because we wanted to see moving in all directions. Yeah, let's try it, right? Let's just run it. So now we're just moving left and right, right? Yeah, and then all you need to do is just add, right? If you want to like hit these walls, for instance, you can just, I'm gonna make that a little slower. Go back to the tile map layer, right? This is an overhead tile map, but it's the same type of thing. You just want to give it a physics layer, which I already did, and then just paint on the things that you want to collide with, right? So maybe you want to hit the edges, right? And this is where these shapes get really helpful, right? If you want to make it even more specific, you can sort of say, you know, I want to hit the green part. You know, whereas like I want to still be able to walk on the brown part. So I can say I'm going to hit the green part there, and I'll hit this green part. Oops. Although I kind of just messed it up.
So I can make like river.
Yeah. We'll do this for now. This should be fine for now. I'll just paint it on. But then now when we run it, right, we should be able to hit the wall, right? Because we gave it that collision shape. Cool?
Cool.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a great week.
You too.
And yeah, this will be on the YouTube.
Okay.